What's up, guys? For those of you who don't know me, I'm Dragon Bees. I thought I'd just take a moment, like, we're coming to the end of 2020, obviously, and I thought I'd take a moment to talk about 2020, what's happened with 2020, the highs and lows of 2020, and then obviously talk about what my plans are for the channel and for Twitch and everything and content creation in general next year. So let's just start with 2020 just to obviously get things rolling. Um, Spent a lot of time, especially in the second half of 2020, sort of revitalizing the Dragon Bees brand, if you want to call it that. Spent a lot of time with my graphic designer Riley, creating a bit more of a coherent, uniform, identifiable branding that also fit me as a content creator, which I think we've absolutely nailed that, and it looks amazing. But so branding was something that was a bit of an issue, and trying to get something that looked coherent, whether it was through my overlays or my thumbnails or any of that stuff. So that was a big focus for me. And then of course another big thing that happened, and this is how crazy this year's been. In a lot of ways, it seems like it's been a very long year, and in other ways, it seems very short. But a big achievement in my eyes that happened was the purchase of Aura Guardians, which I actually thought was last year, but it's not. It happened in March. I did some fact checking. For those of you who don't know, Aura Guardians is the stream team that was actually the first stream team I joined when I first started streaming and was able to join a team. And so it's always had a very sentimental place with me. I've met some amazing people through Aura Guardians. It's gone through its changes over the years, but and so when the opportunity presented itself, I was in a position to actually take that on. And through a lot of hard work and a lot of building relationships with people who I absolutely consider friends. We've managed to turn Aura Guardians into something very special, and I think moving into next year, I think that we've got some great opportunities. But it was a dream come true for me, kind of thing. Usually stream teams are Twitch partner things, obviously, but there was an opportunity, and we were able to work that out. So it was very cool. It seems a lot longer that I've been involved in actually running the team, but we've got a lot to do. We've done a lot, but moving forward, I'm sure there's going to be plenty that we're going to come up with. And then obviously the Auracast launched as a result of that, which has been an absolute highlight. It's had a couple of lulls, as in like we've had time off for various different reasons. But yeah, overall, it's been very rewarding, very fun. A chance for us to chat to the community, like the AG community, which has been really cool. And then obviously to sort of showcase and highlight some of the team members, and it's been a wonderful experience, and that'll continue into next year. On a personal note, I've had a year basically of battling for a visa, which finally happened. I wanted to stay here with my partner, Danny, who 99.9% of you probably know. And it took us pretty much the entire time. To give you an idea, the application for my partner visa went in before the pandemic was declared. So that's how long it took us to get a visa. And so that was it was a stressful time and a moment where my community banded behind me as well and was super supportive. And it really showcased to me what streaming has meant for me, especially this year. Yes, it's sort of turned into a full time career at this point, with the pandemic and visa issues and everything else. But it also showcased the number of people who just are genuinely behind the Dragon's Den community and that are here to support and make friends and have fun. And that's at the end of the day, that's the big thing for me, is to make sure that this is a fun place for everyone to enjoy themselves and have a laugh, even if it is at my expense, which is usually the case. But and that's what I've been focusing on. The pandemic has made things challenging, mentally, physically. You know, gain job, lost job kind of thing. And then and that was the start of my year basically. So it's been, I didn't get to go home as I planned. So there's been some challenges, and we've battled through them, but it's just the way things have turned out. You got to look at the positives that have happened this year. But there have been obviously some significant hiccups, which happens. I'm definitely not the person in the worst off position. There's plenty of people who are much worse off, but it certainly puts things into perspective to try and make the best of what you have and what you have that's positive. And then obviously towards the end of this year, the big focus has been YouTube as well, in addition to Twitch, and that's been really cool. Starting to develop some YouTube exclusive stuff, which has been really fun. And so that's going to be another focus going into next year. But and then obviously games. There's been so many games I've enjoyed playing this year. Sword and Shield has been a huge thing for me. I refocused my channel to be a bit more Pokemon orientated because it's something I love. And then obviously I've also been playing Minecraft, Destiny, and then some random stuff in between. But the focus has been on those, so it's been really cool. I have a new found love for Destiny 2 this year as well. That's been very much has come back into my life, in my gaming as well. Like, it's been something I do off stream as well. And a shock game that I never thought I'd actually get into, and I just absolutely love it, and that's Phasmophobia. That's been a game that has sort of revitalized my. We streamed a group for stream on Tuesdays together, as you know, and that game has been a highlight this year. That's been so much fun. So that's definitely a game that we'll be playing a lot of moving into next year. But yeah, so games, Pokemon has been fantastic. Gotten into shiny hunting, which has been really fun, and there's always been that nervousness about doing stuff that's different that I don't know if people are going to enjoy. And a few people have said in the chat, and it's a common thread, we're not necessarily here for the gameplay. That's sort of subsidiary. We're here because of your personality, your welcomeness, the fun factor, the humor, and it's like that's what I want at the end of the day. Is that it's a place where you can come unwind, have some fun, joke around, be yourself, and I think we've been able to achieve that. And that's not just my doing, obviously. That's my mods, the people who I play games with on stream. So that's and obviously the community itself. So it's been wonderful. So 2020 is nearly over. Let's talk next year. So I have ambitious goals for next year, and I'm someone who believes in there's nothing wrong with setting goals, and if you don't achieve them, there's nothing wrong with that as such. But it gives you something to focus on. So moving into next year, probably the first thing you'll see that will be happening is my new merch store. I've had several iterations of merch, and it's never quite struck the right chord for me. And so Riley and I are going to be developing a merch line that will be consistent, coherent branding, and the kind of stuff that you can wear that's not just straight up, here's a Dragonite slapped on a shirt kind of situation. And it's sort of going to be a range that anyone could wear. It's sort of all year round kind of stuff, if that makes sense. So that's something that will be happening hopefully in January, maybe February, just depending on timing and that. So that'll be something that I'll be looking at, and you'll get more information of that when it happens. AG is going to be a big focus next year as well. AG, we've had a bit of a quiet lull the last couple of months, obviously with the pandemic and people working, and me dealing with the last bits of my visa and that. But 2021, we've just launched our new website in the last couple of weeks. The Auracast is back. I did announce on the Auracast that we're going to be bringing a new team member in January. I didn't say who, obviously, but and so there's going to be a big focus on that. I want to do some more community stuff with that. I want to try and bring the team together for some events and stuff as well, and try and build that as a nice, like, stream friendly but family orientated group, which we are, and that's why we have the whole hashtag AGFam, etc. It's because we are, we're a family, so that's something I really want to focus on. But then the other thing that came into existence in the last month or so with me deciding to try and push this as a full-time thing, content creation, was Patreon. If Patreon is something that I want to build upon. I have a goal in my head. As much as I want to treat this as a fun thing as well, I have to think of it from a business perspective as well. And I kind of want Patreon to be my stable income, so that I can help pay bills and contribute more financially than I already am. I wouldn't have been able to do what I am currently doing if it wasn't for the support from Danny, but I'll get to that at the end of the video. But so there's lots of stuff on Patreon. There's lots of awesome little perks and things. If you are one of my subs on Twitch and you're thinking, oh, I don't want to give up my Twitch sub, but I want to support you on Patreon, some of the higher tiers actually include a gift sub on Twitch, so that's something to keep in mind. There's merch, there's the exclusive postcards, there's being able to participate in things. So there's lots of perks that if you want to check it out, all the links will be in the description below. So there's that. I want to put more YouTube exclusive stuff out, which is going to be interesting. We've got Patreon's Patreon. We've got the Phasmophobia series out at the moment. We've also got the Pokemon card pack openings happening as well. So they're both exclusive. And moving into next year, I want to have a few more of those series. Some more random edit highlight type videos, like the Quokka video, for example. If something happens in stream and it's an interesting or funny moment, we can turn it into a video so that we can watch it over and have a bit of fun with it. So there'll be that kind of content. Highlight videos from Twitch will be happening every month as planned, So YouTube's going to be a big focus. And the thing I want to do with YouTube as well is I want to get into the YouTube creator program by the end of next year. So that's a big goal for me as well. So that's going to be something I'm going to be working towards all next year. So you'll see a lot of content that I'm going to be working on. And then we got some bigger stuff. This is a two-parter. I would love to be able to... Another community I'm a big part of is Nerds and Noobs. Nerds and Noobs is a wonderful, inclusive community, and it was started by 3 very good friends of mine, and it's been such a positive place for people. But there's something that's always been missing that we've always sort of spoken about and we haven't been able to achieve for obvious reasons, and that's having an official Nerds and Noobs stream team. That's something I'd love to be able to try and achieve in 2021. But to be able to do that, someone on the management has to be a partner, and that, amongst other things, is what's driving me towards pushing for Twitch partnership next year. Not obviously, I'm not saying I'm doing a partner push because I'm nowhere near that, but building my content, building an audience, building an average, and hopefully getting to a point where I might be able to apply for Twitch partnerships sometime next year. It's a part of what my long-term goals are. It's something that I've thought about for a very long time. I've had people say to me, if you put the work in, you could do this. And it's like, there's always that doubt, and I'm not going to deny that. And even now, it's like, it sounds so far-fetched in my brain, but, you got to be positive, and you got to be trying, keep a positive mindset with that. So it's something that I will be looking at next year. It's something that I'm going to be pushing towards, and it's something that's sort of actively going to be happening without it being like, hey guys, just come and watch me, because I don't want that. I want genuine engagement. I want to talk to people. I want it to be a organic growth. If you want to support me, that's perfectly fine, and I love that and I appreciate that. But I don't want it to be like me putting out a thing going, hey guys, I want Twitch partnership. I expect you to be there. I expect you to watch, because that's not me. That's not how it works. That's not, that's not how I want to achieve it. I want to achieve it in the most normal way possible. Nothing normal in content creation, but so that's something that is going to be a big push for me next year. So, and all of this together comes down to financial stability for me as well. I am in a position at the moment where I don't actually know what work I'm going to be able to attain. As of this recording, the Netherlands is in lockdown. Most of the food businesses are either shut or running on minimal staff, doing takeaway. That's where my skill set is. I'm a chef by trade, and that's how I lost my job because of the coronavirus. And so rather than sit here and sulk, it's been why I've pushed forward with my content creation, because normally, I'm not a big enough creator that you would do this full time. But with the support from a few people, I've been able to just continue to push, and it has been growing. And that, so it's something I'm going to work on, and something that I want to push for, because I don't know when I can actually get work. We don't know when things are going to return to normal. I've got job prospects lined up potentially, but a lot of them are saying after things get back to normal, and it's like, well, that could be tomorrow, that could be in 6 months time, we don't know. So you got to try and take what you've got and turn it into a positive. um and last but certainly not least, I have to do some very specific thank yous. First and foremost, thank you to everyone who's part of the Dragon's Den community. Streaming has meant a lot to me, and it's got me through some really hard times. Streaming is also the reason why I've met so many people as well who I now am friends with, in real life as well. So that's been so important to me. You guys are just freaking amazing, and there's no other way to put it. You guys make me laugh. You've made me cry, not in a bad way, just emotionally. And it never it's never taken for granted what support you've given me. So, that's a huge thank you. I want to just briefly mention thank you to the teams and communities involved in Nerds and Noobs, Aura Guardians, obviously, Nerds and Noobs, Joker's Wild, and PokeHaven. And so, I've met some amazing people through those, and I want to continue to develop those relationships. So that's something moving forward as well. And then I have to mention both these people for two different very reasons, but they're kind of tied together. Um, Cinder and Riley. Riley for so many reasons. I met Riley very randomly through a weird set of circumstances, with some graphic design that was being done for a community at the time, and Riley is the reason why the Dragon Bees brand and the Dragon's Den brand looks the way it is today, and why it is so incredibly just eye catching, and it's what I envisaged when I first started. Through that, Riley and I have become very good friends, and we've had some just stupid conversations, but it's been a lot of fun, and I can't thank Riley enough for what Riley has done for both me and for AG. So you'll continue to see so much coming from Riley for next year for me. So thank you so much. And then obviously Cinder, I got to know as well, pretty much through the same way as Riley, and we started a podcast on a different community, and then that community fell apart. And then I brought Cinder onto the team, onto AG, and we've just always gotten along so well. We've streamed together. We chat often, and hosting the Auracast with Cinder has been a blast. I joke about Cinder. I give Cinder so much crap, on my stream, on the Auracast, but he's a one of a kind friend and just an amazing human being. All of these people's names and that will be in the link, in the descriptions below with links. Make sure you go support them because they're very important to me. And then, of course, I can't not mention this group of people because part of the reason why I stream is because of these people. Kaylee, Larissa, Corey, and Chris. Oh my god, I mentioned Chris. How can I not mention Chris? No. Those four people, whether it was playing Dead by Daylight or, Phasmophobia or just some random game, it's your friendship and the fun we have and the stupidity and the honesty and the just being able to be ourselves without fear of judgment from each other means so much to me. It's been fun. We just have a blast, and that's so just But if times are tough, we're there for each other. And it's one of the best things that's happened to me was meeting all of you. And so, moving forward, we're just going to keep doing what we do, which is just yell, scream, call each other every name under the sun, have fun. Like, there's no other way to put it. So, thank you so much for everything that you guys do. And then, last but certainly not least, I can't not mention these two people, Petal and Danny. Petal has been just an amazing source of support ever since I met them. They're kind-hearted, they're good-natured, they're just a wonderful, wonderful person to be around. They have a heart of gold, and the love and care they have for me is just endless, and that means the world to me. I'm not going to spend a lot of time going through this because it will probably end up making me cry. But that, how much that means to me. And then, of course, I'm going to leave the worst till last. And I have to say that because if I didn't give him shit, everyone would think something is wrong or I'm dying or something. Danny. Danny has been a constant source of support. We have had our differences, but he loves me and I love him, and without him, I wouldn't be where I am today. He makes me laugh. He makes me angry. He makes me feel loved. He is a butthead, but I wouldn't change anything. He is who he is, and I appreciate the fact that I know where I stand with him. I appreciate the fact that he has a heart of gold, but he can also be an absolute twat. And that's him, and I wouldn't want him any other way. He has supported me, whether it's work-wise, content creation-wise, personally, just financially, everything. So, I have to say thank you. Well, no, I don't have to, but I am. I don't have to do anything, but, I'm gonna. So yeah, so that's basically it for 2021 and my thank yous and everything else. Most importantly, moving forward, all I want is to build this whole crazy thing that's happening, have fun with it, help others, help myself, and just let this ride go where it wants to go, but give it some guiding along the way. So we're going to wrap that up now. So all I can say is thank you. 2020 is just about over. Thank God for that. Hopefully 2021 will be a much better year across the board for everyone. Be safe. Have fun. Enjoy what you can. See the positives. Ignore the negatives. And just keep pushing forward. And we're going to kick ass in 2021. And that's the most important thing here, is we're going to have fun and we're going to kick ass in 2021. But until then, I've been rambling for far too long. Thank you for watching the video. I will see you in the next one, or on my streams. Links in the description below. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for listening, guys. Bye. He's a cutie, Philo, aren't you? Oh, hi. You obviously watched the whole video. Ah, well, Philo and I were just chilling. Anyway, so if you enjoyed that video, you can always click like and make some comments down below, or if you want to, you can subscribe to my channel for more content, and make sure you click on the notification bell so that you know when things go live. If you want to check out any of my social media or my Patreon, you can click on the links in the description below. And of course, if you want to check out any more recent videos or playlists, there might be some recommendations in the little video after this. So make sure you check it out after we say goodbye. You say goodbye, Philo? Bye!